Hi everyone. Really quick, it was brought to my attention by looking at one of RSC's videos. I believe he changed his channel name to Rise now. This website for the Knights Templar was was featured in one of his videos, and it got me thinking. I thought about making a video on it, but I wasn't really sure if I wanted to or not. But while I am at work right now today, I decided that I would just say a couple of words, not much, and I know everybody else has things to do as well. So the under spirituality of the Templar Order, they have a little drop down menu there, and you just go to Templar spirituality. You will see the things that well the official story of what they believe and what they're about. They claim to be a what do you call it, interfaith um, organization. Really, what I believe it comes down to is that they are exactly if they're not one and the same as the Freemasons, they are very much like the Freemasons, and of course, since they are so similar to the Freemasons, they share the same ideas. I think I scrolled past the part that I wanted to read. Okay, here at, I'll just scroll up to make it that first line there. Authentic Templar spirituality. I went too far. So, okay, authentic Templar spirituality is a form of esoteric Gnosticism, which is wholly compatible with the canonical Christian mysticism of classical Catholicism. So, once again, we run into Gnosticism, which I already knew. I'm sure most people already knew was a big part of Freemasonry, Gnosticism, and Kabbalah, and other spiritualities too. But primarily, the big things are Gnosticism and Kabbalah. And okay, just continuing reading a little. Gnostic spirituality primarily concentrates on direct personal divine communion through the Holy Spirit, or what they claim is the Holy Spirit. And most Gnostics will say that Holy Spirit is Sophia, which is not true. That is a pagan goddess. And but and another thing that I wanted to speak on is that we all ask questions about what the big secret is in Freemasonry. What are they hiding? What is it that they learn once they get to the highest degrees? What is that big secret? Well, I was reading a book by Mark Stavish about Freemasonry, who was a 32nd degree Freemason, and I put a lot of what I read into the video on Shekinah. And what Mark says in his book on Freemasonry is that the secrets of Freemasonry actually are not hidden; that they are in plain sight. And but the thing is, therefore, if you don't have the eyes to see, you won't see. So it's a lot like of course, they take the words of Jesus, and so they claim to speak in parables, so that those who is given to know the mysteries of God will see, because they have eyes to see, and those who are without will not see. So, excuse me, I'm still a little tiny bit sick. So so they claim that they don't hide their secrets. Well, Mark Stavish claims that they don't hide the secrets, and I believe that. I do believe that they put their secrets out and open. So it's just a matter of being able to see what their secrets are, and I believe they have a lot of secrets. But one of the secrets that I think I'm able to see is that since they're Gnostics, we know and we already know how the Freemasons how they speak of the God of the Bible, how they call him Adonai and sorry, I could have just highlighted this up here. Where is it? Esoteric Gnosticism. They call him the Demiurge and what else? Yaldabaoth and Samael and all these different names that they have for Satan, and they are names that they give to the God who created heaven and earth, which is our God, the God who says, "I am God. Besides me, there is no other." That's our God, and so we already knew that the Freemasons had that kind of uh, flip. They had that kind of they reverse things, like Jonathan Clegg says. If you want to see the truth, you have to turn everything upside down, which I think is his way of saying that God is Satan and Satan is God. So what we didn't know about, well, another thing that the Freemasons also said was that, okay, Lucifer is God too. And so what you do is, okay, since they turned God into Satan and Lucifer into God, well, let's figure out how are they showing us that Lucifer is God. And when you examine everything that they show us, at least from my perspective, I have not seen the traditional viewpoint of Lucifer openly worshiped. But if you look at, I'm trying to, maybe I shouldn't be so, what do you call it? Not mysterious, but maybe I should just come right out and just say exactly what everybody knows I think, and what everybody knows I believe. So I'm about 99% positive that the woman riding the beast is actually Lucifer. And so when you look at what the Freemasons and the Templars and the Gnostics and all these other guys believe, through the lens of Lucifer being female, then you begin to see how they flip things and how they made Lucifer into God and God into Satan. Because in Gnosticism, you have the creator of heaven and earth being Satan, but he was birthed by Sophia, the wisdom goddess. And so, who some people will say is the Holy Spirit, which is not true. So, and I'm reminded of that Disney show, Sophia the First, because they why is she the first? Because she came before God. She came before the Demiurge. That's why Sophia is first. So, reading on, not trying to drag this out too long. Down here at Accordingly, Templarism does not impose any particular beliefs upon its members and does not require any specific religious practices. What this reminds me of is what the Freemasons say, is that you don't actually have to believe in any particular God. You just have to believe in a God. You have to believe in the grand architect or the great mind of the universe, that the people who, the God that Gnostics try to make into the true God, and which is not really a God at all. It's just a mind, a consciousness. It's just the thing that started all creation into being, but it's not really according to the Gnostic Jesus, is not really a God. It shouldn't be really classified as a God because it's different from that. So anyway, Templar spirituality is generally characterized by reverence of the divine feminine principle individual daily prayer, frequent spiritual meditation, including vocal chanting, esoteric energy work, as spiritual alchemy involving chakras and metaphysical science. But the point that I wanted to bring to your attention is that first line that I read: Templar spirituality is generally characterized by reverence of the divine feminine principle. Now, if the woman riding the beast, the great whore, is truly Lucifer, then there's their secret right out there in the open. It's not really hidden. It's just right out there in the open. And there's more that they have to say about that further down. And I've covered some of this in the video on Baphomet, how the word Baphomet is actually a cipher or a code word for Sophia. If you reverse it, and I think you have to apply what's called the Atbash cipher, it comes out as Sophia. So, reverence of the divine feminine. The Templar rule proves that the Knights Templar were always dedicated to honoring the divine feminine principle as the spiritual feminine aspect of God. Using a special French word for the feminine face of God, it declares, the good works of Our Lady of God, Dame Deu or Dame Deu, are with us. Templars always referred to the daily prayer times as the hours of Our Lady Saint Mary, Nostradam, and in Latin, Sancte Maria, I don't know, something like that. Templar clergy are described as serving the authority of Our Lady of God. So, I think, okay, that's all I'll read for right now. On this, on my video about the original one that I made about the Queen of Heaven is Baphomet, the Knights Templar Mystery Guide, where I explain I read from books, and these books reveal the worship that the Knights Templar have of Mary, and that the Baphomet that they were actually worshiping was not a goat-headed hermaphrodite god. It was actually the Virgin Mary, because the Virgin Mary is a stand-in or an avatar for Sophia. They are one and the same. So I believe that's how the whole Catholic Church sees her. With those in the know, not the regular people. The regular people have, they just think it's really just Mary, the Mother of God. But it's Mary is bigger than that to them, and so Mary is Lucifer, and so I get most of the comments. I gotta wait for these comments to load. All right, where are they? That's strange. I just got a comment like maybe 2 days ago. I don't know why it's not at the top. But this is where I hear from most of the people who are sympathetic with the Knights Templar from. Well, I can find, there's one guy from the Knights Templar, but I wonder why the other guys' comments are not showing up. I wanted to show you guys. But, so anyway, I don't want to drag this on too long. Is that it? I'll pause it while I think. Make sure I said everything. Okay, I'm reminded of, really quick, another reason why I say that it's not, that their secrets are open. At least there's one secret. Is we know they meet in Bohemian Grove, right? Bohemian Grove is where, well, the grove, the word for grove in the Bible is Asherah, which is the pagan goddess. But they meet out in front of the giant owl, right? And the owl, once again, is a symbol of the wisdom goddess. What is it? Not Columbia. Athena, Minerva, and some other goddesses. Lilith. That's right. So anyway, so they come out and say in plain English that they're there to be in the presence of great nature. And great nature, of course, is the divine feminine, the mother goddess. And so, keeping in mind that these guys are Gnostics, what they come out here to do is to kill their conscience, and but they describe care, the conscience, or they describe it in a way that uh, really reminds one of the demiurge. They talk about how care has harbored or has created an environment, a stifling environment that they have to get away from. They have to escape to great nature to get away from. They have to. It's like they take refuge in her, right? So this is really just the old idea that the demiurge or Satan, who is trying to, or our God, who is trying to enslave them and rule over them, um, is the is I don't know, I forgot exactly where I was going, but they need to kill this demiurge that is trying to enslave them and rule over them. And Mother Nature, or Sophia, Gaia, Asherah, all these other names they have for Columbia, is the one who they need to get wisdom from and escape to, and that's the heroine or the hero. And so when you look at this through the lens of Lucy being the whore of Babylon, spoken of in Revelation chapter 17, 18, and 19, where the people in heaven cheer when she gets judged, then it kind of their open secret is not so secret anymore. So this I'm hoping this video can reach people like Round Saturn's Eye and RSE and any other big truth channels, because I have been trying to get them to look at these things and try to look at it from this perspective, but a lot of people don't they don't really get it, or they don't really they think it sounds too crazy. And so like I've been at this for a couple of years, and I haven't really only mostly the only channels who have really the only other big channels, who have really given ear is Barhug Roughhauser, who basically jumped off of YouTube. He isn't doing it anymore, and God Rules. But I would really like these other channels to talk to me, and maybe they don't have to come to an agreement, but at least contact me and talk with me, instead of I post comments. I post comments on their videos, but it's kind of like I get the feeling like I'm invisible, or maybe I'm just not. Or maybe I'm just too weird for them. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe people just think I'm too weird, or they think I'm confused. But I don't think I'm confused at all. Um, there's always a chance I'm wrong. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that I'm about 99% sure. And the only reason I'm not 100% sure is because Jesus Christ says that he says to the Pharisees, he told them that they were of their father, the devil. And he was a liar from the beginning. He was a murderer from the beginning, and he was a liar and the father of lies. Now, there's a possibility that the devil that Christ was referring to is Cain, because he committed the first murder, and then he lied immediately after by saying, when God asked him, "Wait, where's his brother?" He's like, "I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper?" So he sort of and people who do the same things are after him. But there's always a possibility that that Christ really was speaking of Lucifer. So that's why I'm always like, I'm 99% sure that it is the whore of Babylon, Lucifer is the whore of Babylon, but I'm always going to be like, there's always that chance that I'm wrong. So, but I think at least if you look at it from that perspective, there's a lot that kind of, um, with Lucy in the sky with diamonds being a female, then a lot of things that we see begin to make sense. Like, why is this divine feminine um, uh, thing so important? Why is it, especially now, it seems like it's just increasing like more and more. And I think what they say 2018 is like the year of the serpent or whatever. And they're pushing this divine feminine. The serpent is a symbol of wisdom. The wisdom goddess and the mother goddess, and so it's really anyway, whatever. I'm just hoping that some of these guys will talk to me. Um, anyway, I just wanted to share that stuff from the Templar website, and I got off on some other stuff, so sorry about that. But anyway, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, and Jesus bless you. And very quick, I forgot to add that one of the reasons why they think, what other people may possibly think I'm confused, I should have mentioned this earlier, is that a lot of people have the idea that Lucifer is the Antichrist, and the Bible actually says in a number of places that the beast is actually a separate entity from the dragon. But a lot of people think that Lucifer is the Antichrist, but that's not true for a number of reasons. Why most people know, some people know, and have also covered it in the past. That's actually not true. Um, the coming of the lawless one, or the coming of the son of perdition, is after the working of Satan, and they're not the same. So for those who feel like I'm confused for that reason, um, don't, at least, like I said, talk to me, and you'll see that I'm not as confused as you might think I am. So that's the end this time for real. Okay, thank you.